Declassified UK, 17th of June. Wes Streeting mixes with tech billionaires at Bilderberg summit. Our health secretary, whose time is very valuable, spent 3 days at this summit on the taxpayer's buck. So it just might be worth having a passing interest in what's going on with these things. Yep. Anyway, so this is Hannah Borno, and she reported on it. Obviously not being there.
Yeah,
she's reported on it.
You can't go as a journalist.
Yeah. So part of the article, she managed to catch Wes Streeting as he was leaving to get a taxi to the airport and asked him about it. He didn't say anything. And I don't know where they got the rest of this information from. Maybe just binoculars and telescopes. There's like what's that metal thing with the big where you can listen? It's like a binocular for your ears.
The old ladies have as a horn to listen.
Yeah, like a horn, but you get a really big one so it can go across the sea. Anyway, she says UK Health Secretary Wes Streeting ignored questions from the media as he left the annual Bilderberg meeting at the Grand Hotel in Stockholm, Sweden on Sunday. Streeting, who fancies himself as a future Prime Minister, spent the weekend rubbing shoulders with over 120 politicians, media moguls and corporate CEOs such as Pfizer's Albert Bourla and Microsoft's Satya Nadella. Tech billionaires were well represented at this year's Bilderberg, including Palantir founders Peter Thiel and Alex Karp, whose firm's vast data contract with the NHS is the target of campaigners. Palantir has controversially just been given the entire US population's database to process. If knowledge is power, then that's a lot of power. The conference ended with all the delegates being ferried on a boat to the lavish banquet at a palace owned by Sweden's fabulously wealthy Wallenberg family. Jeremy Hunt, himself a former UK Health Secretary, was also on board, but preferred to hang out on the more discreet lower decks, sort of like Leonardo DiCaprio, I imagine, doing a little jig with the Bilderberg organisers and John Mickleswaite of Bloomberg. Bilderberg has remodeled itself as the golden ticket of the elite AI conference circuit, offering something that no other tech summit can give: 3 days of locked-away access to heads of state, senior public officials and policymakers. Despite all these public figures there on government business, no press conference was held after the talks. That's the thing. So you've got all of these high-profile people that run all of these companies that have contracts with all the militaries in the US and the UK and the NHS. Then you've got the Health Secretary of the UK, former Health Secretary of the UK. You've got military leaders, some of which were called away in the middle, apparently, because of what happened in Iran. So, I mean, the fact of there being a surprise to some people, or at least looking like it was a surprise to some people. This is the thing about conspiracies, right? Is that it's not a master plan where everybody's agreed upon. It's the whole reason it's a conspiracy is not so it's secret from the public. No one gives a shit what the public thinks. It's so that it's secret from other elements of the organization it's in, right? So you've got like CIA drug running. They don't care if the public find out about that. What are they going to do? They care that other parts of the CIA don't find out about it, maybe because they object to it, but maybe because they want in on it as well. And they want some of the money. And so this thing with like, they don't know. Trump is obviously a loose cannon or whatever. They don't know what Trump's going to make of this attack, so they don't want to tell the Trump administration or certain elements of it. But they also don't want it. They don't want it to leak to the press. Maybe they don't want the public to know. They certainly don't want the Iranians to know. So you've got certain elements of the military that are plotting things that other parts of the military may not know about. This is what the conspiracy is really about. It's thousands and thousands of people working in lots of different organizations, all the alphabet things, CIA, FBI, the actual government itself, the media, big organizations like Palantir, all of these, working on the basis of having the right information, having information that, I mean, Game of Thrones is the ultimate example of that, of like, it's chaos. It's chaos, and within that chaos, you have conspiracies because you're trying to take some kind of control of some limited area of it so that you can get what you want done. And so this whole thing about conspiracies, you bring it up and people just instantly switch off because they've got this really childish notion of, the Jews run the world, or Epstein controls everything, even from the grave. And it's like, No, but it would be interesting to know what Epstein's relationship to Trump and all of this was. And if you don't investigate it, then, well, we'll just make it up, won't we?